All right, what's going on, YouTube, family and friends? I know it's been a minute since y'all heard from me. Um, Mainly just being a busy bee, handling business. I ain't forgot about the times we in and whatnot. Um, just you know, staying afloat. Just still just letting things come into fruition. I really don't have the time to record, so let me see what I can squeeze in. Um, But then he'll get right to the point. As for me, like I said, living everyday life, uh, go to work, pay bills, handle my business like an ordinary citizen and human being. But of course, I ain't forgot about my duty and my calling. So I got another video on here that I didn't yet get to post, explaining about lawlessness amongst the youth, prophecy, and end times. So, but anywho, I wanted to talk about, for one, Colin Kaepernick, James Comey, and it was one other thing in particular. Oh yeah, also like the rebelliousness of the youth and like the origin and cause of it, which been spoken on already. So my camera looks relatively decent, I guess. But mainly getting to Colin Kaepernick. For one, Colin Kaepernick is a reminder of figures in in sports, whether it be in Hollywood or whatnot, that has a conscience. And he basically showed that fortune and fame does not affect his character. It does not dictate who he is as a person. And me personally, that makes me more of a fan of Colin Kaepernick than him being formerly a quarterback for the 49ers. So, because you rarely see that, like people get on that level and end up being so selfish and conceited. And I understand people got bills they're trying to pay, they're trying to look out for their family, and people more cautious to try to speak out or try to put anything political, especially at the workplace. Like, that's Colin Kaepernick's career. Okay, so by it being his career, that is putting politics and religion at the workplace. So it's kind of risky. And I understand, this something been festering on the inside of Colin Kaepernick for a while. This ain't something that just happened that day. Some people take it as if, oh, he had a bad day and he just decided, you know what, F the flag and the Star Spangled Banner and Pledge of Allegiance and everything else. I'm having a bad day, so I'm taking a knee. No, this is something festering on the inside because of the police injustice. Actually, prophecy is the Great Awakening, the reason these things are happening. But him seeing a police injustice and the things taking place, and he just refused to sit and act like it's not affecting him. And that's all that basically points out, is that he's showing that, hey, I can't no longer sit here and pretend like this doesn't bother me when it does. I can't pretend like I honor this flag when I don't. I can't pretend like I respect the Star Spangled Banner when I don't. So let me protest, of course, like a gentleman. And he did like a gentleman. He took a knee quietly, not running across the field, not saying screw America, not burning a flag, desecrating a flag on the field, just quietly took a knee. And of course, it's being blown out of proportion. But basically, he just gave a huge reminder about having a conscience. And money and fame does not dictate who he is versus people selling their souls in order to attain it. So him saying, hey, I don't care how much money I make, how popular I am, or my skills, or whatever the case, I can't sit and act like this does not bother me, because it does. So Colin Kaepernick definitely is a hero, and it's not a political hero, but a humanitarian hero, because he has done a whole lot for those in need out of the kind of his heart. So a humanitarian hero, more of a grassroots hero as well, because he's doing a lot of grassroots work. So I salute the man. I salute him because you don't know how to see that these days. James Comey, the FBI director, Looking at my time here. James Comey seems like a respectable, decent guy. He was highly reverenced at the hearing. And if you remember or recall the hearing that took place of him being suspicious of Donald Trump having affiliations with Putin interfering with the election. So this man is highly reverenced, he highly respected. A lot of people thanking him for his service, commending him for his service. But yet, when he was having a hearing, they was like drilling him as if he was the one at fault. Like, how dare you accuse our president of being involved or possibly criminal activity or possibly being suspect of anything that could lead to him possibly being a terrorist or somewhat an act of treason. So they was looking at this man as, when it come to this particular person, you wrong, but I bet if it was Obama, they would have been all support of it. But this particular one, you know, they can pay people off. Oh no, you know, you wrong about him, and they can't be right, and you know, so the man, the FBI director, he gets scrutinized. He looking out for the safety of the country. And he's highly respected and highly reverenced by several senators in that hearing. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, if y'all admire this man, y'all highly respect this man, thank him for his service. Apparently he's a person that can be highly trusted. But when it comes to this particular president or him questioning his Trump integrity, all of a sudden, well, I don't just know about you, Comey, if you the right guy or not. And I'm up here looking at my side here. Yeah, I'm lined up straight. Okay, but I don't know if you're the right guy or not, because you trying to interrogate our president and you consider him suspect. So I don't think that's cool. So we gotta have a hearing. We gotta get on the inside. And then the way some of them senators was asking for his documents, but the man was smart. I admire James Comey. I really don't know him that well, but in that hearing, the way he deflected questions, the way he rerouted, you know, questions, and he kind of circumvented around. I mean, it's like he was playing poker against each one of them senators. And it's like he was saying, hey, I already know where you're trying to go. I know what you're trying to lead me in the sand. So sometimes you'd be like, okay, I can't say this in an open setting because I already see where you're trying to go with this. Nope, can't say this in an open setting. Nope, nope, nope. You know, so, but the man's highly respected. So that's what it goes back to. It's like, why y'all question this man's integrity? And a lot of y'all thanking him for his service. You know, a lot of you thank you for your service, and you know, you're a admirable, respectable guy. I mean, I heard this several times. So why is he being treated like a criminal at a public hearing? All because he suspected the president of basically treason, interfering with elections. You know, last but not least, talking about the youth, especially within the black community, like I say, goes basically around the family court of that system that's designed to destroy families. And of course, mothers try to play Wonder Woman. I can do it all. Children end up being disrespectful, being a headache. Mom's trying to pay the bills. She's trying to put food on the table, put clothes on the backs of the kids, and then dad not being in a picture, the weight is on her. And in a lot of cases, dad want to be in a picture, and the child's repetitiously doing wrong and being disrespectful or whatever the case, and it's a burden on mom. And well, and mom also trying to use the kid as a tool, an attack tool, not seeing a kid, this, that, and the third, and end up creating a monster. And there's a lot of monsters that's running around and also being shot by the police because mom so busy trying to be vengeful towards the dad, she don't realize how the kid is growing up. Or a lot of those evil, vindictive ways the kid is picking up on, and they starting to become that way. And not only take it out towards dad as they've been trained and taught to do, but also take it out towards mom. So goes deep on it. I already spoke on it once before. Other guys have spoken on it as far as there being the like the root and cause of a lot of the destruction and rebellions amongst the youth is because the mother is teaching her son or daughter to disrespect the first male authoritative figure that they're supposed to respect, and that is their dad. So if they disrespect the very first male authoritative figure that they are supposed to respect, that the reason they are born, the reason they're here in the first place, they disrespect him, that's going to go to the teachers, it's going to go to the police, it's going to go to whomever is an authoritative figure, and not just male authoritative figure, male or female. So that's why a lot of these teenagers or kids, period, growing up thinking that they can be disrespectful toward an authoritative figure because they was taught by mom that it's okay to do it to dad, but it's not okay to do it to me. And then they get up in age and they think, well, hey, you a parent just like dad. You an authority figure just like dad. So if it apply for dad, it should apply for you too, because you are also my parent. So it end up backfiring. So a lot of that destruction is all out of revenge. So it goes deep. So looking at the time, I'm gonna cut off, and this is the first time I was able to actually cram a lot in a few minutes. But I really didn't have time to go as deep and elaborate as I want. But as far as the end times is prophecy, you know, just like in 2 Timothy, lawless amongst the youth, the strange, precarious weather we having, it's all prophecy. It's nothing changed. The only thing that's weird, which I have forgotten about last but not least, I know in a past video I said Obama was supposed to be the last president, but I forgot in Revelation it's supposed to be two. In Revelation chapter 12, one that's going to be accepted by the people and one that's going to have a short ruling. Well, I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. If Obama was well accepted and well liked and loved, why would his ruling be short? Why would they attempt to try to kill him if the majority of people love him, whether the Secret Service and, all these people did gravitate to him. There was some pettiness in the Secret Service when some of them was starting to quit or drop out at one point, but still, he had jealousy. It wasn't so much as hate toward Obama. It was more, I guess, jealousy in a sense, because for the radical white racists of the early 50s and 60s, it kind of crushed white pride that this man is mixed, he's well educated. It's nothing that disqualified him from being a president. So with that being the case, that's why that jealousy more or less instead of hate, because it was nothing to hate Obama for. Now that's when I ain't gonna say he had a perfect presidency, because the gay rights, legalization of weed, I don't know if there was one of them, but I know gay rights, big no-no. So, and the expungement of some guys' records of having misdemeanors like weed charges and stuff, I can agree with that. Okay, that's not reason to incarcerate somebody. So, but still, it's kind of a catch-22, because the legalization of weed prevents a person from passing a drug test on the job, and now they're getting denied to work because you can't pass a drug test. So, catch-22. So, leave it out there. Yeah, looking at the time. Alright, I'm glad I was able to cram a lot in, but doing well, doing cool, just hanging in there. I forgot, I am keeping up what's going on. Besides, getting it up here first before it comes into fruition on the outside. So in the meantime, stay tuned, and hopefully I have more time to elaborate. Peace be on you all. Christ for life. You get it.